Alright, next up, as promised, I was going to show you how to install a sheet metal start collar right into a piece of duct. So if you haven't already, go ahead and take a look back on my videos on how to cut a round hole into a flat piece of duct or sheet metal. So these start collars, there's a couple features to them that people really don't understand. First is how to clip it. To clip it, there's a little female groove right here, and that's actually going all the way through the duct. Second, there's this little tab, and what it's got is little button punches on it, is what we call it. So what you want to try, what you do is you take that button punch tab, and sometimes they're a little difficult. So you got to kind of get them rounded, whether that be through shipping or just handling material. Take that tab and bend it down even a little bit more. Like that. Get that tab in there, and you push it until you hear a snap. Up there it goes. Oh, nope. Sorry. There's the snap that we're looking for. So they're not the prettiest thing in the world, of course, but they do the job. They're start collars. And so we're going to round this off as much as possible. Next thing you want to do is you have these dovetails. That's why it's called the dovetail start collar. You start bending these out, and a good rule of thumb, what my grandpappy used to tell me, is you want 3 in the middle. So every 4th one. And this doesn't really matter if you bend too many, or as long as you got some on the outside is really what we're looking for. So now that we got our dovetail start collar looking like that with our tabs right outside, what those are going to do, of course, is just set right on top of the duct, like that. So that gives us so that we don't push it into the duct. And now, in order to not pull out, we're just going to take those dovetails and we're going to bend them right inside the duct. If you got big ones over 14-inch or something like that, then you can go ahead and use your hammer if you can fit it inside there to knock these over. But generally, I just go ahead and push them over. It gives you a nice tight squeeze. And then there it is. I go ahead and I spin my seam over to where it's really not going to be seen. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Some people like to run a screw or two in one of these exterior dovetails, but generally it's not necessary considering the amount of CFM that's in a conventional residential home. So we'll go ahead and stick that in there. And just like before, we're going to take our water-based duct sealant, LEED approved, and we're just going to run it right over the top of this. And you'll see that some of it's got a little bit of gaposis. We're going to heal that gaposis with a little bit of pookie. Duct sealant is also pookie in the industry. So you'll see a lot of apprentices, and all they have is pookie all over themselves, because this is what they're doing all day long. Their journeyman's ahead of them, roughing in the house, and the apprentice has got to go back and pookie everything. So there you have it. I like to get my excess off and even run a little bit on the inside here to where you'll see it glob out a little bit. And you can always come for a second coat. If you're afraid of whistling, or if you're afraid that your hole was a little bit too big, you can always come back and run another